YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Duke, back here from sportsgamers.com. Now, it's no secret that the blitzes are OP in Madden 23, and in today's video, I'm going to teach you guys how to absolutely destroy these blitzes, from using route combos to dissect them, to also picking them up with special blocking tactics. Now, recently, I've focused a lot on showing you guys different protection schemes, different blocking tricks that will block blitzes, which I will show you some more ways in this video. But also in this video, I want to take it a step further and show you guys some really good passing concepts and route combos that will destroy all the meta blitzes out there. Now, I really want to focus on this video specifically the DB blitzes, like DB Fire, Spinner, the dollar stuff that you see online 24/7, because these are the best, and most common blitzes in the game. So you can use what I'm about to show you, these concepts, really from any playbook. I like using either tight or bunch formation, so I use the Saints. But you're probably going to be able to find these concepts in any playbook, and the first thing I'm going to show you is something that is simply hot routes, so you can pretty much do it in any playbook. I would recommend specific plays, though, to get the most out of this. So like I said, we're going to start breaking down this dollar DB Fire. Now, what most people do who run this defense is they're going to probably use a 25-yard flat adjustment for their zone drop and a 5-yard curl flat. When you do this with your base alignment on, it's basically just going to allow them to potentially take away the corner routes and then also take away the flats at the same time while getting really good pressure, right? So let's look at the play out of the gun bunch Y curl. Now again, this is going to be hot routes. However, Y curl has a very unique seam route by the outside receiver, which you cannot find in other plays. That's why I do prefer doing this from Y curl. That's just my preference. Now, I personally like having the bunch side of the formation on the short hash. So here, I put the ball on the right hash. That means I want my bunch on the right side of the field. So I'm going to break down several of my favorite principles to beat blitzes, and we're going to focus on 3 different ones. So I'm going to focus on how to attack blitzes by sending 5 out, not blocking anybody. But then also, I'm going to show you guys how you can effectively pick up blitzes and dissect them with different route combos. So first, we're going to focus on attacking the cover 2 blitzers, the weak spots of a cover 2 blitz, the best route combos to use against a cover 2 blitzer, and then we're going to focus on attacking guys that adjust, guys that will change their cover 2 to a cover 3, will man people up. So then we're going to focus on the weak spots of a cover 3 blitz, the best route combos to use against those guys, and then finally we're going to break down how you would want to attack guys that are making a lot of advanced adjustments, so you guys know the weak spots of every type of blitz, how to pick it up with extra blocking, and then also how to attack it by just sending everybody out on a route. So make sure you watch this whole video so you don't miss out on any important information. I do Madden 23 tips and gameplays videos on a daily basis on my channel. So if you join this content, make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on, and if you're really rocking me, smash that like button, guys. The support really does help me out a lot. So the first thing I want to break down is the route combo you can use to destroy these blitzes with ease. So this is the base setup people will do right here. Exactly this. They're going to press their coverage and, use the cover 2 shell. One thing a lot of people will do, though, is they'll probably man up the tight end, just because the tight end is really a key component of beating these blitzes, whether it's like seam routes, like on verticals, or just quick flats. So keep in mind that's something that's an adjustment somebody may commonly do. Now, with this defense, it's cover 2 based, right? And we will go over adjustments that the defense could make, how to attack that. But one of my favorite route combos to use against any blitzes here is a streak corner out. However, you need the streak in the seam and the out on the outside receiver. So what that would look like in this play would be we would streak the tight end, we would out the outside receiver in the bunch, and we would corner out the slot receiver. The reason why this is so effective from Y curl is you essentially are able to attack both seams, because you have Herman Moore. You see he's on this inverted fade on the left seam, and then we have the tight end on the right seam. So when you're blitzing and you have to guard both seams, this is really difficult to deal with. The thing that makes this play unique past the seams is you see this wheel route to the running back. This is a very extended wide wheel route. It's not a common wheel route, so it's really going to stress that left flat. And then we'll use the hot route over here for the out route. We also stress the right flat, and we have the corner route to stress the sideline. So when dealing with a blitz, you always want to have quick reads, which we have here. We have 2 flats and 2 seams, and then a corner route that is a little bit, that would be the last read on the play most of the time, but it will get open a lot. And I'm going to break down how exactly this works. Now, another thing you need to know about blitzing defenses is when they press a flat, even if they have a zone dropped like we did for 25 yards, if their flat is pressed, the corner route is going to get behind it every time. So the way this route combo is really going to work is we're attacking the seams and the flats initially. So I'm going to read the flats and the seams first. If they're open, we're going to take them. However, I know that on the bunch side, the seam corner out combo will always beat any zone because the out will attack the flat if there's nobody guarding it, and then the corner will get over the top of the flat as long as it's pressed, and then the seam will take away that safety. Now, if you want to block this blitz, you can. But one of the better things about these types of plays with the quick wheels is sometimes it's better to send everybody out on a route than to actually try to block the blitz. However, if you wanted to block the blitz, what you would do is you would simply go ahead and put your running back on a delayed route. And I've broken this down in another tip. If you guys want to, check out my recent videos on pass protection and you'll see a more detailed explanation on this. But basically, if the running back is to the left of the quarterback, what we're going to do is put him on a check and release, slide protect opposite, so to the right. And you guys can see when we do that, you're going to notice that, and again, this is going to be the user right here who's generally going to be hovering. When we slide protect right, you're going to notice that the C is over that left slot corner and the M is over the right slot corner. Now, we can slide protect away, and we're good. And when I say away, I mean away from the running back. So if running back's on the left, you slide right. Now, the reason why this works so good is with the delayed route, you get the C, which means that check and release will always block the guy that has the C over his head, and now we don't have to worry about the running back being stupid if we were to just block him, like people normally do. So let's just take a look at how this route combo works. As you guys can see here, you're noticing 2 things right away. One is because, most people that run cover 2 blitzes, they zone drop their flats. Those quick outs would be, an easy 10 yards. But because I was able to pick up the blitz here, I could simply wait. And this is Deion Sanders with every ability possible, by the way. Because I could pick up this blitz, I knew that even though the flat was open, I had a bigger play with the corner out because the pressed flats never get deep enough to guard the corner, so I threw it over his head. Now, the reason why I knew this would work is the second thing that I noticed is the seams. You guys can see here, this seam is open. This seam is what makes this play so good, is because the user has got to guard that. If he doesn't, I'll throw that every single time in the seam there. And also, this seam over here held the safety so that the corner route could not get played by the safety either. But the reason why this blitz works so good out of dollars is you got to hover over the guard, right? If you don't hover over the guard, the O-line doesn't dumb out. When you hover over the guard, unless you immediately run to that seam, which is kind of hard to do, I can just high point that, and that's a completion every single time. So if you guys notice, again, we're going to do the same thing. This time I'm not even going to block the running back. So this time I'm not even going to try to block this blitz. I just want to show you guys that the reads are so quick that you don't even necessarily need to block the running back, right? You're just going to be able to make quick reads if you're comfortable with that. So you guys can see here, if they don't run to guard that, if they bullshit at all, if they hesitate even a split second.
If you're looking to become a better Madden player, I highly recommend you check out sportsgamers.com. This is where I post all my premium content, all my tips, and all my ebooks you will get access to as a VIP member. This is the best content at the best price in the Madden tip space. If you want, you can use my coupon code Duke, which will give you guys 10% off your order. Link is in the description and also in the comments. I look forward to seeing you guys on the inside and helping you guys improve your Madden game.
To go guard that seam, all you got to do is high throw it. And here, see how he initially, the user's first step was right, and then he kind of bailed to the flat? I was able to just highball it over his head. Now, you have to be careful, though, because I will say if someone has a good user, they can get crazy jump animations. So as I said, there's a lot of different adjustments that somebody may do to you when, you're in this type of a play. Now, one thing you might commonly see is if you were to use the setup I showed you initially, they know you're going to throw that seam route. They could easily man up the receiver over there with that corner, or they might do what a lot of pro players do, and that's man the safety up to that guy and then man the running back up. Now, when you man the running back up, you're typically going to get something like this to where they do the outside corner on the running back and this guy, the safety, on the receiver. Now, the other thing they could do is they could try to defend that route combo I was doing over here by doing basically a cover 3 on the bunch side. Now, if you notice them doing that, the cover 3 adjustment would defend the corner out if we use the exact same route combo. However, what's not going to be defended is that out. Because even though they did the zone drop, he's just going to beat that guy into the flat because he's coming from too far to the inside. So if you notice somebody changing up their coverage, this is where, the setup gets a little bit different. So what I really like about this play is, it gets them so worried about the seam, commonly you'll see them man up that outside receiver. Now, as soon as you see them man up that outside receiver, that's when you want to play the little mind game and put that guy on a C route, right? So now, if they man him up, that's no longer going to be, a good tactic because the C route will absolutely fry that guy for potentially a one-play touchdown. So if I see them start to man up the outside receiver, then I'm going to put that receiver on a C route. And as soon as that happens, you guys can see that's a potential touchdown over the top. The C route's going to beat that every single time. Now, the other thing is, if you notice them start to change their blitz to a cover 3 on the bunch side, like I just did, so notice here, I'm going to use that same cover 3 adjustment, you want to use a different route combo. So against a cover 2 blitz, it's better to use a streak corner out, just like I was doing at first. But if they're changing it up to a cover 3, that's not going to work as well. The reason for this is the streak to the tight end. He's better at pulling the safety, but he's not going to do a good job of pulling that outside corner. So what you want to do is still keep the corner out to the slot receiver, but additionally, you're going to want to go ahead and put the outside receiver on a streak and then just put the tight end on a flat. So if I was to do something like this, then I could block the running back to make sure I had enough time to make my read and still keep the seam route. Because I want to make sure I have the ability to make sure that seam is going to be there, right? That seam is going to make sure the user cannot, abandon his assignment. And then by making sure he can't abandon his assignment, I'm then able to attack them very, very easily with the flat corner streak flood on the bunch side. Because again, most people are going to use this guy right here. And this play will always make sure they have to stay at home in the seam. Otherwise, that's a quick throw every single time. That's why I really think that this is the best play to use this combo from is Y curl because of the unique seam and the wheel to the running back. Now, again, guys, I was able to dissect this coverage over here. As you see, the flat is going to be a threat. The tight end, he was guarded. But then we are on the short hash, so the streak corner was able to get open. This route combo and these two little setups are really, really, really effective against any blitz. Now, another play I want to show you guys that's a really good adjustment too is mesh. I really, really like mesh when people want to play cover 3 on the bunch side of the formation for the same exact reason. You're going to be able to dissect them really, really easily. One of the great things about mesh is I can just literally, as you guys can see here, just streak my slot receiver and just do a quick hike, and I really have a good setup. I have a flat, a corner, and a streak. The flat to the tight end is really effective, and then the corner route on mesh is a quicker corner. It doesn't take as long to break as some of the other corners, so you're going to be able to throw it in there quickly against those deep zones. So if we go ahead and use the same exact setup, here we're going to go ahead and put this guy in a flat, and then play a cover 3 on the bunch side. Let's get him in the flat. Jackrabbit in a flat, there we go. And, we're going to be set up. So again, I'm going to audible to mesh. And mesh, like I said, has that special corner route. So I can go ahead and block my running back or do the check and release tip. Streak the slot. Go ahead and you're going to see how he breaks to the outside? That's an easy throw and catch every single time against cover 3. So personally, I like to have the play mesh in my audibles for this reason right here. Is this really, really effective against all the zone blitzes because of that outside corner route breaks a little bit quicker. And it's going to really do a good job against any sort of deep zone over there. Whether it's cover 3 or cover 4, it's going to work really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tip video on beating the blitz. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Until next time, it's your boy Duke, and I'm out of here.